to be a super fast video about head harnesses. I don't use them, and I don't consider them safe with wheelchairs, and that's because of the risk to the dog of a lead getting round a wheel compared to that risk if they're wearing a harness. None of that's ideal, but much worse with a head harness. So if you're going to introduce one, and you will see that he has done some training with it, you want to bring it out enthusiastically. You can use a clicker, you can use a marker word, and you can do it without a marker word. So bring it out. I'm going to use a marker word. He's keen on it. So I'm going to bring it out, let him sniff, say yes, give him the reward. Sniff, yes, give him the reward. Try not to bring it out till he's finished eating. Yes. And that's all I would do in your first session, is let them have a sniff. If they're in the slightest bit bothered by it, then you can put it down on the side or on the floor or wherever and let them sniff it there. You don't have to be taking it to the face. So once they've had the first investigation of it, if it's on the side, then you'll do that, then you'll do what I've just done. If it's in your hand, then you can move on to, yes, you missed. So then you can move on to encouraging them to put their nose through the hole. Yes. 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 At first, make it easy, and as they get more and more enthusiastic with it, give them a little bit of challenge. Make it so that they've got to work their way into it. Got to kind of snuffle around with the nose and find the hole and get it in. That little bit of having to struggle will be good, will help build that positive response, that positive emotion. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah. You're only holding it for them so it doesn't fall. You're not holding it to force it to stay on the face. Yeah. Then, take it off again. Yeah, so once they're putting it on themselves, reward, 1, 2, 3. Remove, repeat. And then, after, so we're about 3 or 4 training sessions in now, wait, after that, you can start pulling back on it slightly, not fastened, for your 3 treats. So before each treat, little pressure. After, when they're eating the treat, release the pressure. Yeah. Remove. Put it on. Bit of pressure. Yeah. Start to pause in between so that you get a little bit of duration going already. Remember to release the pressure while they eat. Yeah. Right, free. Let me just get that treat. Come. Right, good boy. So next, take your clip, not on your dog, and clip it. And do a session of that, or more. And then take it round the neck, clip it. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Take it away. So you've done several sessions at each one of these things I'm showing you. Then you're putting it on, reward, fasten, 1, 2, 3, unfasten, but leave it on, reward, take it off, or multiple rewards. Okay, so that's the whole session of doing those. And then at this point, I would put it on. I'd rather he was putting it on himself, but like I said, he doesn't actually wear one yet. A dog that wears one, I would be expecting to eagerly come charging in and put their head in. Yeah. Well, let me just reward that. So now, yeah, click it, reward it, and then tiniest pressure on the ring. Okay, or if they're using this ring, tiniest pressure. Wait. Undo, reward, remove. So now at this point, I would put it on, reward, click it, leave it, click it, wait, touch, reward, and then now I would be starting to ask him to do other things. So touch, sit. Now you first go, I would go touch and take it off, sit, take it off, do one thing and take it off, and then build them up, on, off. Good. When you undo it, remember not to take it off until after you've given one or more food rewards. Okay? On. So, before you ever attach a lead, you have gone through all of those stages. When you first attach a lead, you want the lightest lead you can possibly find, and maybe even just a bit of string, just loop it through. And when you do that, you want to go right back to put it on, reward, fasten, reward. Remember, you've got a lead on here. Reward, reward, drop one. Remove, undo, reward, reward, remove, free. Okay, and then build up ever so slowly at home. The number one reason that people's dogs don't like these are that you've rushed these stages, and if this has taken you much less than a month, you've probably rushed it. So it is let the dog sniff, yeah. Get the dog to follow it around the room, yeah. Get them to put their own nose in. Just a minute, let me see if I can do this. Get it? Yes. So get their nose in, then come dashing in to get their nose in. Then it's the clips. Do that bad ear. Come on up. Round the neck. Yep. Put it on. Fasten. Reward. 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 Unfasten. Reward. Remove. What came next? Oh yeah, on, press it on. Pressure, so on, reward, fasten, reward, pressure, reward, pressure, reward, unfasten, reward, remove, and then on, reward, fasten, reward, off, have them do something else, spin, twist, yay! Remove, unfasten, reward, remove, on. And then you can start with your lead, and it's literally on and off. So on, 3 treats, off. When you start, when you've done that, when you've built up the duration, when you can have him hanging out with you for a while at home, all of that, and you can walk him around the garden with it on, then you're ready to go out for a walk. And at that point, you would have your lead on your collar or your other harness. You would go out of your house, be all ready and set up in a bit of space, put this on, reward, fasten it, 3 treats, remove it, go on with your walk. Lead now touches it, it's on for less than a minute, it's on for seconds. You could possibly do 2 or 3 within a walk, but not much more than that. Keep the value of the walk high, and then build up the duration of that without the lead on, so that you go on your whole walk with this on, but with no lead attached. And then when you want to attach a lead to it, it's the same thing. Put it on, go out with the lead on the collar, put it on, put the lead onto this. 1, 2, 3, take it off. And then go on your walk with it on, with lead on the collar, and then build up from there. It's really important you don't rush this, that you don't damage the tentative positive emotional response that you've got going through the training that you've done in the whole present it, let them follow it thing. You want them to want it, and they're not going to want it if you're just going to slap a harness on them and suddenly start restricting their head. This is a comfy, and it's a very cheap one, but it's got Velcro on the side bits, which means that you can set it so it won't tighten. So it's set at the same, so it's not tightening around the muzzle, but also I've added a ring to go on behind the ears here. So this is the back of the head, so that I can put a lead here rather than under the chin, so he's still got some movement in his face. So for those people that are wanting one to feel which way the dog's head's pointing, you can still feel it by which side of that the pressure's coming up without also restricting the head too much. Hope that helps. Like I said, it's not a tool I use. It's not a tool I would recommend for wheelchair users. But it's there, and if you're going to use it, you need to know how to use it. Alright, see you soon. You're a boy.